Hey, what's going on guys, and welcome back to another episode in the Rayo Vallecano career mode. This is episode number 43, and we start today's episode off by seeing that Charities is thankful for the first team football of late before we come into the first game of today's episode against Wolfsburg here in the second leg of our Europa League round of 16 tie. So of course we won the first leg at the Estadio de Vallecas by 2-0. Didn't concede the away goal, always so important for me, and of course we saw Naldo get sent off in that game as well. I did say that coming to the second leg, not finishing off Wolfsburg in the first leg may be our downfall, and after Draxler had the first chance of the game just 4 minutes in, would have been a wonderful goal had he scored it as well. I was fearing the worst, but instead, not much really happened in this game at all, and I have to say, I feel like the main reason for that is because I really shut down Wolfsburg in this game. I kind of played possession football for the majority of it, made sure that Wolfsburg didn't get too many clear-cut chances, basically made sure they couldn't get into our box whatsoever other than in the first 5 minutes, and that's why the game finished a 0-0 draw and one of the worst games of FIFA, at least this year, I've ever played. That one attempt from Draxler was the only attempt they recorded, and we held on for a 0-0 draw. I just completely slowed down the pace of the game in this one, shut out Wolfsburg completely. I did what we needed to do, that was keep the clean sheet, and we're through to the quarterfinals. And again, this miss from Draxler here, had he scored it, the complexion of the game could have been entirely different, but instead they weren't able to break us down. And Cisse in this game in particular, I put him in the side, played in defensive mid, mainly just with defensive qualities, and what a decision that was, because he was all over the place in that game and basically intercepted every single chance Wolfsburg may well have had. So the final score was 0-0, and again, just an awful game really, but you know what, I don't really care. It's ugly, but it's effective. We get the job done, we get that clean sheet, we go through to the quarterfinals of the Europa League, and you'll see who will be facing in the next episode. So the treble is still on. I discussed it in the last episode. I never would have believed it at the start of the season, but yes, the treble is still well and truly on. There's still a lot of work to do and a long way to go, but still into the quarterfinals of the Europa League now, still top of the table, and of course into the Copa del Rey final as well. So speaking of league matters, going back into La Liga for this game as well, the second of today's episode, we will take on Almeria for this game as well, back at the Estadio de Vallecas here in Spain. Obviously, as you saw there, the first chance fell to us and the second chance fell to us as well. Two good strikes by Adama, both saved by Julian, the goalkeeper though, and it was still 0-0 at the break. Almeria hadn't had a single shot in this entire game though. They, just like Wolfsburg, weren't able to break us down in this one, but they played a 5-4-1 in this game, and they didn't want to attack at all. They were completely defensive in this one, sat back all the time, and look at the amount of black shirts there are around the inside of their area. They just contained for the entire match, just played for the point really, played for the 0-0 like I did in the first leg, but unlike us in the last game against Wolfsburg, they weren't able to do what they wanted to do, and that was keep a clean sheet and get a goalless draw, because with 9 minutes to go in a dull, boring affair where I just couldn't break them down, I felt I was going to get a taste of my own medicine and be really frustrated in this game after doing the same to Wolfsburg in the last game, but instead I managed to get the winner thanks to Ayoza Perez notching up his 10th La Liga goal of the season, getting on the end of a Hermoso cross. So 1-0 to Rayo. They had one final chance at Almeria, and I thought I'd include this as well, just for a bit of a laugh in the stoppage time. They got themselves a corner after a really stupid error happened when my AI teammate ran into me and I conceded a soft one, but we punched the ball away with Kefa and Hermoso as well. It fell to Mayoral, and in previous FIFAs, you probably would have expected me to score this. I know. If you've been a long-term sub of mine, you'll know I've scored from the halfway line quite a lot. Actually, in this year's FIFA 2 of Ryan Thaler once back in my Watford and Milan save, but I'm not quite as good from beyond the halfway line anymore. That was a real chance there for a rare halfway line goal from me, but sadly couldn't even get it on target, and it went harmlessly wide the post. So 1-0 was the final score. We get the 3 points, and again, it wasn't the best of games from us really, winning it through a late header which was crossed into the box out of desperation really from Hermoso. But you know what, just like I said in the first game of today's episode against Wolfsburg, it's an ugly way of doing things, but it's effective. You know, we got the job done, and again, I thought I was going to get a taste of my own medicine in this game with the opponents playing for the 0-0 like I did in the first game, but instead we managed to get the 3 points thanks to that late winner from Perez. So I've said it before and I'll say it again, he's not been as good as last year. Everyone knows that. I'll be the first to admit it. He's not going to get close to his goal tally of last year, but he knows how to put the ball in the back of the net, particularly in really, really important situations. So 1-0 the final score. It keeps us top of the table as well. You'll see it in just a moment's time as you take a look at the squad report right here. As we've now entered April, we have got 9 games to go, and I mean the pressure is really on right now. I mean it really, really is. If we were still chasing Real Madrid, there's no pressure whatsoever because, yeah, sure, we've lost our lead and we want to get back on top, but we know just how better, Real Madrid are compared to us. But now we're on top. It's about whether we can keep hold of the lead at the top of the table once again. We were top of the table, then we lost it. We've done so well to regain the lead. We can't throw it away again. We need to stay on top because I know for sure if we let Real Madrid overtake us for a second successive time, we're not going to catch up again. We are not going to catch up again. So for the remainder of the season, I truly do believe that is what we need to do. Stay on top because otherwise we won't catch up again. But still, you take a look at the squad report right here and a look at the league table as well. Again, confirmation, 9 games to go. We have the exact same record as Real Madrid, but of course we are on top due to the head-to-head ruling. Thank God it goes down as head-to-head first before goal difference in Spain. We are top due to the head-to-head ruling, and that is a big, big bonus for us as well with 9 games to go, knowing if we do end up level on points with Real Madrid, we will still end up taking the crown. Copa del Rey, of course, as you guys know, comes at the end of the season. We take on Barcelona, and in the Europa League, I kind of spoiled it. I forgot I was going to show this. I said in the next episode, you find out now. We'll be taking on the Russian side, Zenit St. Petersburg, in the quarterfinals. And to be honest, I got to say right now, I think we can get through that tie. I really do. Wolfsburg and Besiktas, very good sides. We managed to get past them both. I think if we can get past both of those sides, we can do Zenit as well. It'll be tough. Don't get me wrong. It'll be tough indeed. But we've done Besiktas, we've done Wolfsburg. I think we can do Zenit as well. It will be hard, but I have faith in the side. But still, for the third and final game of today's episode here, still in La Liga, we will take on Getafe for the 30th game of the season. Of course, the first 2 games in today's episode, not exactly the best. The first one, a really dull 0-0 draw, which was what I played for. The second one, that late 1-0 winner for us with Perez converting a Hermoso cross. 2 pretty dull games. So in this one, I felt as though it was my duty really to score more goals, be more attacking, be more adventurous, be more threatening, and be more entertaining really. That's my job as an entertainer. So coming to this game, I was just really switched on right from the first minute. We were on top right from the first whistle, and I was not going to let up either. I was literally attacking Getafe's goal at will, continuing to create really good clear opportunities, but unfortunately for me, Gaita, the goalkeeper for Getafe, who I remember from Cal Freeze's career mode so many years ago with QPR, I can't believe I remember that, but still I always will, was making save after save after save and continuing to frustrate me. 30 minutes in, another chance fell here. The former Liverpool left-back Moreno found Perez here, flicked the ball over his head like Draxler did in the first game, went for goal. This one nestled just wide the post though, just brushed aside the net and went behind for a goal kick. And just before the break, another chance here to score, still 0-0. Bainer found Camras, who went for goal. The ball smacked the underside of the crossbar, but the rebound was turned in and we finally broke the deadlock. And the player that got the goal, guess who? Our player of the season, Adama, scoring for the 3rd time this season in La Liga. You guys know him for the assists, Mr. Assist, but this guy gets the goal and does indeed take matters into his own hands really and make sure he would have the lead going into the break. And I've said it like a million times now and I'll say it once again, but in this year's FIFA I've had some amazing players that I've signed, but this guy has got to be up there as one of the best, and it's only the first season I've had him. He's just incredible. You see him here storming down the right hand side, whipping in a brilliant ball to the centre, picks out Ceballos unmarked, but he couldn't keep the volley down as I completely messed up the finish. So still 1-0 to Rayo, but look at these stats at half time. I was dominant in the first half, playing so well, and a completely different type of play style really from the first 2 games. That's why in the second half, it just past the hour mark, I wasn't surprised that finally I would get a second goal in this game, and a deserved one too. Danny Ceballos, who missed a couple of great chances in the first half, would get his goal, which he deserved, converting a really, really nice chance here after he put his defender on the floor and put the ball into the back of the net. So I messed up a couple of times with Ceballos in the first half. You saw that one-on-one, and also that free volley inside the area too. But Ceballos, like Perez, has now hit 10 goals in La Liga this season, and what a signing he's been to replace Pablo Hernandez. The final chance of the game fell in stoppage time as well. Hermoso off the bench sprinted down the left-hand side and went for goal. It was a great save by Gaito. He turned onto the bar. What a stop by the goalkeeper. But as Danny Ceballos kept it in play, he gave it to the man of the moment, Adama, who said, you know what, I scored 1 in this game, but now I want my first Rayo Vallecano brace to really put put the cat amongst the pigeons and say, I am the main man in this Rayo side, and I've only been here for about 10 months, less than that probably. Brilliant decision by Sevelos, keep the ball in play there and not just let the ball run out for a corner. Gave it to the star right now, Adama, who takes it round the number 3. Brilliant job, agility, and what a finish from Adama, right into the top corner to put the icing on the cake, wrap up the 3 points in style. What a wonderful goal that was by, again, our player of the season by a country mile. So final score, Getafe 0, Rayo 3. You guys deserved a good game in this episode after the first 2 you saw, and I was really glad I could deliver it with a really impressive win. And this is a real statement here to Real Madrid as well, to say, I know you are breathing down our necks, I know you're not going anywhere, but you know what, we're still top of the table, don't forget that, and I want to make sure we will be right down to the 38th game. So a good solid 3-0 win, a thoroughly deserving victory too, and again, for Adama's sake, a 9.5, 2 goals as well, clearly man of the match. He's been the man of the moment, and this goal too, I mean, this was great. Takes it round his man, runs around the other side of him, and bang, right into the top corner. An absolutely wonderful finish. So 3-0 the final score, we're still top of the table, 8 games to go, it's getting real now. We could be on our way to our first ever La Liga title with Rayo. But that will end today's episode, guys, so a big thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please do leave a like. Likes, of course, much appreciated, and they really help the channel grow as well. Much love to you all, have a fantastic Tuesday, enjoy the cup games tonight, and I'll see you for the next episode in the Rayo Vallecano career mode very soon.